Hi everyone, it's Bethany. Welcome back. In this video, I am crafting for myself again. I did it about a month ago and you guys loved that video, and it also felt good to finally do a little crafting for me that I have had on my list for a while. So I am grabbing that list once more and I'm going to tackle a few more projects, and I'm going to make a couple things for me and a couple things for a friend. So in this video, we are going to start with a cute sweatshirt. This iron-on is a pattern iron-on. I don't think they make this anymore, so unfortunately, I'm sorry I can't link it, but you can find any pattern iron that you want to use. And everything that I am using, if I can find it, will be down in the description box below, and you can find a whole source list of all of the things that I am using. Okay, so I bought a really pretty navy sweatshirt. I've used this iron-on before, and last time I used it on a hot pink sweatshirt, and it ended up being my favorite sweatshirt ever. I just wore it all the time. And in that video when I was making the pink sweatshirt, I remember saying this would look so good on navy. So here we are about a year later at least, and I'm going to finally make that navy sweatshirt. So first and foremost, what I need to do is I am going to use my easy press today. I just don't feel like putting my big heat press on today. And what I'll do is I'm going to set the temperature to 340, and I'm going to keep the time at 30 seconds, and we'll just let that heat up. So I just looked up the time and temperature for using pattern iron-on on cotton, and that's what the instructions were. Okay, let me bring my little tool caddy in. That way I have the tools that I need readily available. And I found a new font. It's so cute. It's something that I think is going to be such a fun addition to my font collection, especially for shirts. And, oops, it's upside down, but I went ahead and spelled out Mama Bear on this shirt. It's so cute. So what I did is I spelled it out first, and then I decided it would look cute. And I really think it's a good idea in general, if you're having a word span across a shirt, adding a tiny little curve, it just really adds something to the whole, oops, hopefully that cut all the way through, did it? It adds something to the whole design. So I went ahead and added a little curve. If you need help learning how to curve things in Cricut Design Space, I'll place a link to a video tutorial that I did showing exactly how you can do that. It's so easy, and again, it's something that is very simple, but it really elevates a word or a design when you are placing it on a shirt. Okay, so there is Mama Bear. Isn't that cute? I love that. And let me go ahead and take all of my little pieces off of my mat because I don't want to accidentally press them onto my shirt. So I want to make sure everything's really clean and make sure there are no additional pieces that need to be weeded out. So I think we're all good there. Let's go ahead and pre-press the shirt so that it is ready for our iron-on. All right, I'm going to bring in my heat press mat here. And this is a mat that I made for having kind of a desktop ironing board. I'll link that tutorial down below if you would like to learn how to make your own. And I'm going to bring my sweatshirt in. And the first thing I want to do is just pre-press the shirt. I want to make sure there's no moisture in the shirt, but I'm also centering my shirt right on my mat here. I guess you can't really see the contrast there, but I'm centering on my mat because that in the end is going to also help me center my design. All right, so while this is preheating, I'm just going to preheat the shirt, make sure there's no moisture in the shirt. If you are also working with something that's wrinkly, this is a good time to mend those wrinkles, give it a little iron. Okay, and then my easy press just chimed. Look at all the lint coming off of that. So I'm just really gonna focus on the area where my design is going to go and make sure that is nice and clean. There's nothing preventing my iron-on from laying down super nice. And then, look, isn't that gonna be cute? Okay, so it has these little stitch embellishments here, and I want to be mindful of those, but I think I'm gonna go right underneath there. And maybe a little bit to the, make sure I get this nice and straight. I'll use my measuring tape as well. That's looking pretty good to my eye visually, but let's go ahead and confirm. So we have just about 4 inches there, and we have just about 4 inches there. I think that's good enough. So make sure that's nice and straight. Isn't that cute? This is gonna be so nice for fall season. Again, I'm making sure it doesn't come into contact with these stitching. I know that's a little dark on camera, but in person you can see it really well. but I don't want it laying over stitching, so I'll bring that down just a hair and give myself ample room. And I think that's straight too. So what I can do is bring my press in, and I'm going to press it in 2 sections just because it's a large design. So again, 340 for 30 seconds. Okay, we're almost done there. I'm just going to see where and how much I need to cover on the next one. So I'm going to pull that up. Oh, it's pretty easy to see. Can you see that? So I might even pull this over just a little bit to give me a lot of room. And I will go ahead and do the same to the remaining 2 letters. Okay, and there we go. So now what I will do is I'm going to put this back on my little cradle base, and I will remove my mat. My mat is going to retain a lot of heat. That's why it makes it a really good pressing surface, right? It helps to bring the heat down, but then bring it back up through the garment. So that's doing its job, but it doesn't help when you're trying to cool down. So if you want to cool down something quicker, just remove it from your heat mat, and then I just turn it over on a cool surface. This can be a counter, anything nice and cold. And then once that's nice and cooled down, you can peel up the liner on that iron-on. Okay, that's nice and cool. Now I'm just going to monitor all my edges to make sure everything did lay down. If I notice anything is peeling up at all, then I can, in fact, that might, oh, a little bit of peeling. Not much though. And what I want to do is I'm going to get this initially off. And then I'm going to lay this liner back down. That looks really good. There's a couple little areas that I would like to just give a little additional heat to, just to be safe. Okay, oh my gosh, how cute. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, let's bring my mat back in, and I'm just gonna add some additional heat just to make sure. There was a couple little edges that are 99% great, but I want 100%. Okay, so I think this is going to be my new favorite shirt. I think I'll just add about 15 seconds. So I'll do 15, and then I'll move over and do another 15 on the remaining pieces. Now, if you ever need to add, so there's 15 seconds. If you ever need to add heat to your project, make sure you put the liner right back on, or something to cover. If you want to put something else to cover on, like a butcher paper, that's fine too, but you don't want to place your heat source right onto exposed iron-on. Okay, I think that should be good. Maybe I'll let that cool once more. Okay, then I'm just going to peel off that remaining layer, and we should be good to go. How sweet is that? That was the last tiny little bit of iron-on that I had, and I'm pretty sure they don't make that anymore. Isn't that so pretty? But it's so, so pretty. I love it. And now I have another sweatshirt, and I've been wanting to do this for a while. So one more thing crossed off my to-do list when crafting for myself. Okay, now earlier in the season, I did a really fun fall haul where I shared a lot of fun fall things and more of just a kind of craft haul in addition to that on my channel. And it was a really fun little shopping trip. So if you missed that, I'll link it for you so you can watch. It was really fun to create. But what I found at Hobby Lobby was this little terrarium, and I instantly loved it, and I instantly loved the price. So I went ahead and picked this up. I'm gonna go ahead and remove all of the stickers. And then what I thought I would do is I really wanted to add a little saying to the front. So I'm not really one to be attracted to terrariums. They're very neat, right? But there's just something that aren't really for me. So I really liked this just for kind of the base, and I'm going to get creative in my own way with it. So again, not sure why they needed 3 sale stickers on here, but hey, we're gonna get them all off. Now, I think what I'll do, actually I know what I'll do, is I'm going to place my design right here because I want to use this as a little, you know, house outline and piece, if that makes sense. So first and foremost, what I want to do is I'm going to grab some rubbing alcohol, and I'm gonna move that so it doesn't get any moisture on it. But let me grab some paper towels as well, and I'm just going to clean the surface. This is going to help my vinyl lay down really nice, but it's also removing any oils that may have come from hands and also any dust that could have been collected from the store. Okay, I think that looks really nice and clean. Now, what I did is, there is a song that I absolutely love. I'm trying to think of who sings this song. It's Pat Barrett. It's so good. I will link the song down below if you want to take a listen. It's so beautiful. But it says, I will build my life upon your love. It is a firm foundation. I will put my trust in you alone, and I will not be shaken. And I love the idea of putting this on a little house. And I just love the idea of putting this on a house and having this be a fun piece of decor for my home. So what I'm going to do is grab some transfer tape. Now, I did pre-weed this just because I was anticipating it being a tad stressful, so I thought, why don't I just do this on my own, give myself a little grace and time, and get this all done. So there's something on there. Okay, let me grab some transfer tape, and I have a little leftover piece that I will reuse. First though, what I like to do, grab all of my little pieces here, is I really like to make sure that I am trimmed down as close to the edge of my vinyl as I can. That way I am measuring exactly what I need and not overusing my transfer tape. Okay, that looks good. So now I can grab my transfer tape, lay this down, and do this. Okay. That is just about perfect size. All right, so rubbing alcohol is done. Let's get this on there, and I'm so excited to have this. I instantly knew, when I saw this at Hobby Lobby, what I wanted to do. All right, there we go. And let's burnish that down. So I'll grab my little scraper tool. I'm going to do the top. That really good, especially because I'm having some smaller pieces. I will say I anticipated that being tricky, but it was not that bad actually. I was really impressed. I thought, oh, I should have saved that and did that as a demo like I usually do. But you know, if I would have done it on camera, it would have been a stinker. And if I would have done it on my own, it would have done it perfectly just like it did. Okay, I'm going to take my time making sure all of my pieces remain on the transfer tape now. So we're taking it off that cutting sheet, placing it on the transfer tape so that we can then move it over to our project. Okay, here we go. Now, one thing I did, ooh, I think I got one of them then. I sacrificed a lot of dots to my eyes because, you know, in the end, when something is super stressful like that, sometimes those little dots to the eyes are easy to say no to. But I just noticed that I have one dot that remained, but all of them came off. I'll probably go ahead and remove it just so that I have consistency in my design. Okay, and make sure I get the period at the end. Oh, come on. There we go. Okay, a couple things. One thing here is my liner wanted to come up with my letter. So, take that. Sometimes the liner will come off. That little cutting liner does. Not very often, but every once in a while my Cricut likes to kind of get a little bit too much of a cut, like a deeper cut, and then that liner comes off during the weeding process. And I'm just grabbing that dot to the eye because I want my design to be consistent. Okay, so here we are. Here's my house. And really, now what I did when I typed it out is I made it left justified. That. All right, and then I'll link the font down below as well. Ooh, being careful, it is glass. Being careful here. All right. There we go. Oh my goodness. Isn't that pretty? I love it. Finally! Oh my goodness. I'm loving this idea of crafting for myself sometimes because I'm finally getting some of these things done, but isn't that really fun? I love that. And I love those lyrics. Okay, let me go ahead and grab the next craft. I think I'm going to work on a tote bag, and I know I need to cool my press down. So I'm going to take my press and cool it down to 305. And then I think this iron-on, whoops, whoa, Bethany. Not thinking. And then I think this iron-on does 15 seconds. So we'll do that. Okay, let's let that cool down and I'll bring in my next little to-do, but I am in love. Okay, a new sweatshirt, a new little piece of home decor. I'm on a roll. Okay, I also showed you a really beautiful tote bag that I found this fall at Hobby Lobby. I love it. I love the color and I love the straps. So when I saw it, I grabbed it and then I actually found a really fun SVG. I'm going to remove this for just a moment so I have room to weed this out. But I have it on iron on here so I can place it right on the tote bag. And this SVG is so cute. You're going to love it. So let me just go ahead and get this started. Okay. There we go. And this has a lot of moving parts. So I'm going to get the perimeter all weeded out. Take my time here. And then what I'll do is focus on all the little bits and pieces. But this is going to come together so nicely. And as always, I'll link all the designs, or where I found them at least, down below. That way, if you are inspired by this, you want to make this into a shirt or something different, then you'll know where to find it. Okay, so there we go. Okay, it's looking like absolutely nothing, right? I can tell you're not impressed yet, but let me keep going. It's gonna be super cute. And this is one where I'm gonna have to take my time and really, really find all the bits and pieces, but we're gonna get there. Okay. And then here and here. I love the weeding process. We've talked about this on my channel a lot, and I'm actually surprised by how many of you really enjoy this process as well. And some of you respectfully don't enjoy weeding, but you find it really gratifying to watch. So that's fun too. Okay, so this is going to say Mama, and then it is surrounded by, and I'm gonna have to twist and turn this as I weed everything out. Our easy press is already, but it's going to be surrounded by a really fun variety of florals. And it's so pretty. I can't wait for you to see it. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep weeding, keep bringing this design to life, and then we'll press it on. Okay, I will admit, I don't know that I enjoyed myself. Oh, my watch says, take a break. Okay, I would love to. That was a lot. Okay, I think I got it, and I think I got all my little pieces. Oh my goodness, that was a lot. But isn't it pretty? Isn't that pretty? Oh my goodness. Okay, let me clean up all of my little extras, and then let's press it onto the tote bag. So I'm gonna bring in all my other accessories, and also my heat press in the meantime has cooled down to temperature. Okay, so I'll bring this little guy right back in. We're done with this. And let's also bring my bag in. And now what I think I'll do is I'm gonna do the side that doesn't have, well, it doesn't matter. I could just flip that out. Actually, it doesn't matter. I was gonna say that doesn't have the inside pocket, but that pocket kind of flips out. So what I'm doing is I'm actually gonna put my little heat pad inside. That way I get a nice firm press. That way we're not pressing, you know, two sides at the same time. Now we're just like, it's right under there. Okay, let me grab my press, and there we go. Now I have been in need of a book bag. I am reading currently like 2 to 3 books a week. I have a friend that she reads books just as fast as I do, so we have been purposefully picking out the same books to read together, and it has been so fun, so fun. And so lately, oh, it's telling me I need to hurry. Okay. Like, remember me, I am still on over here. Okay, so anyway, I have been back and forth to the library like nobody's business. And oh my gosh, it's been fun, but I need a little book bag for myself. So now that it's pre-pressed, I'm going to focus on, make sure I put all those little pieces off. You want to make sure any of your little stragglers that you weeded out, you have, oh my gosh, I love that. You have taken off, because you don't want to press it onto your bag or whatever you're pressing it on. I'm going to kind of use my little straps to help center, and I think that looks great. I really do. And I think, here's the full bit of it. I think I'm going to do a little bit higher. What would you do? Oh, actually a little bit lower is nice too. I don't know that I want it to be centered. I think that looks nice. So that's what I'm going to do. Okay, and I think that looks straight. Okay, press that on. So I will do again in 2 chunks just because of the size of the design. This one is going to be 305 for 15 seconds. And then we'll see if we need any additional heat. So there we go, finished up. Okay, and I can just note where that stopped and where I need to start again and continue pressing. Okay, now what I'm going to do is just take my heat mat out just like last time and let this really cool down. Oh, you can already tell it laid down really well. Oh my gosh, actually that's coming up flawlessly. So, awesome. That was a win. Okay, so there's my bag. And I monitored that as I surprisingly pulled that up, and everything is down. So how cute is that? Now this part kind of obviously flips in a little bit because that will flip flat when you're using it. I like that. I think that is super cute. Love the color. I think it's going to be really fun for fall and so sweet. Okay, now I feel like this is a little piece of iron on. So let me see if I can grab that. There we go. All right, there we go. All right, all done. Very cute. Okay, I have a little cup cradle here because my next little craft is making a coffee mug. I need to get this all cleaned off. Making a coffee mug, I found a cute design and I'm gonna make this for a friend. So what I wanna do here is I wanna clean this off really well. So I'm gonna grab some rubbing alcohol and just focus on where I'm gonna put my design. So make sure there's no gunkies on there. There we go. This is gonna, again, help that vinyl stay down really nice and then remove anything that could be on the surface. Okay, here we go. Oops, got a couple additional spots, but we're good to go. All right, set that to the side. Isn't that a nice big mug? This looks like it's from Target. it's that threshold, but oh my goodness, that is a cup of coffee. So here is my design right here. This is very cute. Now, I don't mean to do a bunch of mama stuff today, but you know what? That's the season I'm in, so that's the crafting I'm in. And that's the crafting that my friends are in when it comes to gift giving. So this is so cute. This says, "My squad calls me mama," and I am here for it. Isn't that so cute? I kind of want to make a shirt for me with this on there. But I love this, and I thought it would be so cute with some pink vinyl. And there we are. Oh my goodness, I love it. Very cute. Okay, transfer tape time. Let's see what I can use. I do have, oh, that's just shy, and I actually want to try to do my best to get pretty spot on here. Okay, so this is actually a fairly straight surface. So if you have a cup that is a little bit more curvy, you know, rounded, then you would want to do some relief cuts in your transfer tape. And I do have a demonstration on how to do that. I'll put that video down below in case you come into contact with a mug that you really want to put some vinyl on, but it may not be as easy as something that is more straight walled like this. But I have a little video so you can check that out if you need a little help with a little bit of a more round mug. Okay, I think that should be good. Let's see if I can get this vinyl to stay. Okay, this is some leftover Cricut vinyl, which is a little bit more fussy to work with. But I will link my favorite vinyl down below because I think that it works a little bit more smoothly. And this process is practically non-existent with my other vinyl. I feel like Cricut vinyl can just be a little fussy. Okay, there we go, and we should be good. Okay, let's grab the mug. And then be sure you give some room to sip because vinyl isn't food safe, so you just want to make sure, oh, that's so cute. You want to make sure that it's giving enough of a gap for your lip there. Okay, let's get this all down. I'm going to focus on this bottom here because that is where it's starting to curve. So I'm going to help that kind of take the shape. Okay. And there we go. Oh, goodness gracious. That's cute. I like that. I kind of want to recreate it for myself as well. Isn't that sweet? Okay, design and all of the materials that I used to bring this together will be down below, but I think that's so fun and what a cute gift. Okay, making a little pot for the same friend. I have a friend that she is helping me become really good at growing plants. Because I'm just not good with houseplants, but she has been so good at teaching me some little things, and she brought me 2 plants the other day, and I am, well, no, not the other day. She brought them, oh, this is taking the focus, sorry about that. She brought them a few weeks ago, actually, and told me when to water them, and every week I text her a picture of them and say, they're still doing really good. Just because I feel like I need to give proof that they're doing great. But I'm going to make her a little planter pot as a thank you. And I saw this SVG and it is totally her. So this is cute. It has some pretty little florals growing, but it also says Plant Lady. And I loved it. So I found this little pot. Let's see, where did I find this? Oh, it's from Michael's. I found it this fall. And you really could use this for anything, right? This, it says wood container. So I am thinking now, if you were going to put a plant in this, I would do it in a plastic pot because, you know, the water would probably ruin the wood. But if you didn't want to do a pot with that, you could use it for things such as a, you know, container for utensils in your kitchen, things like that. You'd actually look really cute with some markers in it for your craft room. I love kind of non-traditional containers for my craft supplies. I think that's super fun. Okay, trying to collect all of the little bits and pieces as I go. And go. I'm just gonna collect them off to this side here. Okay, now these little plants do have some additional little pieces and parts. There we go. Okay, I have all of the little pieces weeded out. Isn't that pretty? I think that's really cute. So let's grab transfer tape and place this on the little pot. I don't think we need to prep the surface at all. So it should be just fine. And I think this will be super cute. Now I want to decide kind of where to place this in relationship to the feet. And I think something like this would be nice. So I'll do that just to give it a little bit of order. I think that will look the nicest with the feet down there. Okay, now I got my transfer tape all placed down. I burnished the front and back. And now here we go with putting it on here. Okay, oh cute. That's really cute. Okay. I think that's very fun. And I like that it's a little bit more towards the bottom. That's what I was going for. I wanted the words to kind of span the bottom. So I'm going to burnish just like this. Okay. And then I'm also going to go just like that and take the curve of the pot or container, but in this case, a little planter's pot. Okay, being careful not to scratch my wood here. Just going to, whoop, totally missed it. There we go. Okay, and also being really patient here. Make sure that vinyl stays down nice. Okay, there we go. All right. That is beautiful. And what a fun gift. I love that you can just take things that you find, personalize them, and then really honestly, once they're personalized, they just really mean so much more, don't they? Isn't that darling? I really like that. Okay, let's move on to our final project. Okay, so final craft. Super excited for this one. When I was at Michael's, I mentioned that I grabbed a shirt by Make Market. I've never used these shirts before, but I have to tell you right off the bat, they are super soft and they have some really nice colors as well. So I have a little design here. The reason why I want to make this shirt is because, first of all, I've wanted it forever, but I have had this design saved in my need to create file forever. I kind of keep a little favorites going. It's a little favorites list that I want to do. And I thought, first of all, I really want to see how well these shirts do. And second of all, I finally get to use this SVG. Third of all, I get a really cute shirt out of the deal, right? So I'm going to just get this all weeded out. And oh my goodness. So let me know, do you keep a craft list for things that you hope to craft? Do you do that yourself? And what does that list look like? Do you keep an inspiration board? Do you keep a little notes tab on your phone? Do you go old school like me and have a paper and pencil? I'm a notes girl. I love actual physical notes. I also have a physical planner. It's just the way I roll. I'm not as techy and digital as one may think. That's just not my thing. Okay, so this is so cute. This says Raising Tiny Disciples. I need this shirt. I want this so bad. Okay, so I'm going to go through. Now this little subset really is so tiny. And you just want to take your time here. Get all those little dots out. They are itty bitty. But you can do it. Give yourself a pep talk. Okay, there we go. Come on, little guy. When doing small designs or things that are a little bit trickier like this, I'm always thankful that it's iron-on because iron-on is so much more forgiving than the adhesive vinyl. It's easier. It just is a wonderful thing to weed. Okay. There is, how cute is that? Oh my goodness, I'm like audibly excited. I can't wait. Okay, now heat mat once again. We did a lot of iron-on in this little set of crafts. Sometimes that's just how it shakes out. 3 adhesive vinyl and 3 iron-on. Didn't mean to do it that way, but there we go. Okay, so let's place this right. I really like to center it on my pad. I just really do. It helps me to get everything centered going forward. Okay, bring that up just a little bit. Okay, now, again, 305 for 15 seconds. I'm gonna preheat. That's great. And I'm going to peel off my liner from when I did the tote bag. I like to have a fresh piece each and every time. There we are. That way I'm not accidentally transferring any lint from other projects. All right. And again, focusing mainly on where the design will go. Don't have to do more than that. Here is my design. I'm going to go a little high there. Oh, that looks so good. Can't tell you how long I've wanted this shirt. Okay, make sure that that is straight. And I think this is playing a trick with my eye because the liner isn't straight, but I think the design is. So also grab a measuring tape. I'm just going to measure from the end of the letter to the seam. That's 3.5. End of the letter to the seam, 3.5. Let's do it. Okay. Now I'm going to do, can I do most of this? I think I can if I go diagonal. Okay, there we go. Let's press. Okay. Now again, removing my shirt from my heat source here, or my heat pad and heat source. And then we'll just turn this over, draw all that heat out. There we go. Wonderful. And peel off that liner. Now, I did place that design just a tad higher because of the nature of the shirt and the design. I think that looks awesome. Okay, no problem areas at all. How sweet is that? I like that a lot. Okay, I also have the tote bag that we did that's not on my craft mat, but I am thrilled with this craft night. I feel like everything turned out so beautiful. I am excited about my 2 new shirts, and I'm very excited about this beautiful piece of decor for my home. Again, all of these things, especially the shirts and the little house, were things that have been on my list and something that I've really wanted to finally check off my list for myself. And it feels good to craft for yourself sometimes, but also I did do well in doing some things for my friend here. So loving the plant pot, and then I also really love this mug, and I might have to recreate it for myself. It's just too cute, and I love the fonts. Now, I don't have font information because this was a pre-made SVG, but I absolutely can link the SVG down below, as well as everything that I used in this video. That way you know where to find everything. Okay, everyone, be sure to give this a thumbs up if you enjoyed watching. If you stay till the end, go ahead and leave a little heart in the comment section and let me know which was your favorite. I can't wait to continue crafting with you next time. See you soon.